It is Indiana in the Morning, presented by First Commonwealth Bank on the Voice of Indiana County, WCCS 101.1 FM and AM 1160. And our interviews, as always, presented by Marcus & Mack, a law firm representing injured people. We're continuing our series of interviews with superintendents from across the region. And joining us now is Marion Center School District Superintendent Clint Weimer. Clint, thank you very much for being a part of Indiana in the Morning today.
Thanks for having me.
All right, let's talk about the district and how it's been able to handle things as far as the coronavirus is concerned. Let's go back to the start of this and the fact that schools had to go to an online format. With Marion Center being in a very rural part of the county, was there any problems with getting digital education out to your students?
Absolutely, Josh. We have a large percentage of our students that don't have internet or access to the internet. So it made it challenging. So we did our best to provide them with a packet of curriculum that had concrete value to them. But again, it is a challenge to provide internet where it doesn't exist. I'm working today with several of the local churches and fire halls to try to help utilize maybe some of their internet service to support our students.
So that could be they could use them as hotspots, essentially, it sounds like, in case education does have to go to a blended or an all-online format coming up in the fall, depending on how the district reacts to Governor Wolf's recommendations.
Absolutely, and again, I'm thankful that our local community is willing to help out, and we're going to meet today at 11 o'clock and see what we can do to help support our students more so.
What was the reaction that you had when the governor released that recommendation on Monday?
Josh, quite frankly, nothing's a surprise as rapidly as things are changing, but the metrics that was put out does give some districts some things to go off of, whether we like it or not. I have to say that some solid guidance is always appreciated, but it seems like we're somewhere between a blend between what they consider a green phase and a yellow phase. Mm-hmm. And we just have to make the best decision we can for our students and our community.
So right now, I would assume that Marion Center, like many of the other districts, are still digesting all of that information, and a decision on whether to go into whatever phase the district would go into would be coming up probably as soon as the next board meeting. Yeah,
currently we decided last month that we were going to go with a staggered start, a blended model. So under the current guidance, we are aligned with what the governor is recommending. We will revisit that at each board meeting with current data and decide whether we can eventually get our students back to a full start is our goal.
What have you been hearing? Oh, go ahead.
That's all I had for that, Josh.
Okay. What have you been hearing from the parents of the district about about going to these staggered models, as you called them?
For the most part, our parents are understanding and supportive of the district. Everybody, for the most part, wants their kids back here at school and to be able to participate in what we call a traditional educational process for the academics and the social emotional benefits of being here at a brick and mortar school. So again, I must say our Marion Center community has been supportive, and they're working with us again to just try to keep our students as safe as possible and provide the best opportunities we can. And, as we all know, that's extremely challenging today.
Mm-hmm. And, of course, the other thing that's been changing constantly have been the guidelines when it comes to sports. And with Marion Center being in the Heritage Conference, you're basically following the PIAA guidelines at this point, and the delay now going into a 2-week delay. I don't know if you got the chance to hear the interview that we did with Tim McGuine from the University of Wisconsin about the mental health of the students, of student athletes that aren't getting a chance to participate in these sports. Talk about the impact that the sports world at Marion Center has had.
Well, as all Western Pennsylvania embraces their sports, and especially in a rural small town like Marion Center, it is something that we look forward to, and it gives the kids another reason to be productive in school and outside of school. So it's an opportunity that is being taken away from them due to the pandemic. So it drastically impacts all of Indiana County. And, of course, me being focused on Marion Center, I feel bad for our students that may not have the opportunities to participate in a traditional extracurricular program that we all grew up appreciating.
Mm-hmm. And speaking and talk to other extracurricular programs, I'm sure that they've been finding some creative ways to try to get back into business once the school year gets underway once again.
Yeah, I mean, our band is doing more of a pep band this year, not necessarily setting up to have a marching presentation, and still allowing the kids to participate and work with their instruments. We're social distancing. At all our current programs and our workouts, we're doing whatever we can to support all of our extracurricular and provide whatever opportunity we're allowed to do.
We're talking with Clint Weimer, the Marion Center School District Superintendent, here on Indiana in the Morning, as we continue our discussions with area superintendents about how they're getting ready for the school year during this coronavirus crisis. Let's talk about now teachers and faculty and how they've been able to prepare to go to this staggered model or online model if need to.
Our teachers have been working diligently with my administrative team to basically adapt on the fly as far as the guidance has changed. So we're looking to enhance our online program, our cyber academy, and also our teachers are utilize Google Classroom and some synchronous and asynchronous learning opportunities for those students that just don't feel comfortable coming back to school. So again, I can't thank my administrative team enough or my teachers for how hard and the willingness to adapt to change in what we've never experienced before.
So as you said, this is going to be up to the parents or the students' choice whether they want to return to an in-person instruction through this staggered opening, or if they want to rather instead go to the online version. They'll always have that choice.
Absolutely. We cannot take that away, and we will not take that away from our parents. All I do is ask that our community stay strong and support Marion Center School District and give us the opportunity to educate your child online before they remove their students and send them to a cyber school, which is detrimental to our operating budget.
We talked a little bit with the Indiana School District Superintendent Mike Vukovich about the detrimental effects of having students removed from the district and going into a cyber school. And we talked about it as far as a big district like Indiana. How devastating is it for a smaller district like Marion Center?
Josh, I think it's equal. It's all about numbers and percentages. And, you know, we have a large amount of students who are interested in doing some virtual model. And anytime a student leaves and goes into PA Cyber or one of those other schools that are cyber charter schools outside of a district, it drastically starts to impact us. Anywhere from $13,000 to $26,000 per student we have to mail to those cyber charter schools, and that quickly puts a dent in our operating budget and takes away opportunities we have to provide our kids here at the brick and mortar.
Wow, that's a lot of money, and especially for a smaller district like Marion Center, that could add up very quickly, and that could do some damage, it sounds like.
Absolutely. For years, it has been a major impact on all rural schools and all schools' budget. But this year more so, as numbers could double or even more so than that. So, again, you've been part of this for a while. You know how budget seasons go.
Oh, yeah.
But, again, all I do is ask our community to stay strong and give us the opportunity to provide for your children.
Is there any way that parents or other people in the Marion Center community can help out the Marion Center School District other than, say, donations of money or material?
And we're not asking for that in any way. We're just asking that our parents continue to support our administrators, our teachers, and everybody here at the brick and mortar campus to again support the kids. It is a very frustrating time, and I do acknowledge that with all of our parents. And if you have any questions, I just ask them to reach out to the school district here, and we'll talk through any situation. Because again, just to stay strong and united as a community, it would be the greatest favor or gift I could ask for.
All right. One final question, kind of as a wrap it up type of thing. Obviously, different schools are starting at different times. When will Marion Center have the first day of class?
Our kids will be on campus August 31st.
All right, so a little bit earlier than some of the other campuses. Has the district board considered maybe taking another week and going to September 8th if necessary?
We've considered multiple options, and we're ready to pivot and do whatever we need to do. Our goal here at Marion Center is to get our students back on campus on August 31st and begin to try to have some form of deliberative education as soon as possible. Again, if cases or situations would change, which we know they do weekly, we're always keeping student safety in mind, and that is an option that's always out there.
All right. Clint Weimer, thank you very much for joining us this morning on Indiana in the Morning. Stay safe, and I hope the school year goes very well for you and everybody out there at Marion Center.
Thanks again, Josh.
Thanks again to Clint Weimer, Superintendent of the Marion Center School District, talking with us here on Indiana in the Morning. Our interview is presented by Marcus & Mack, a law firm representing injured people.